Hello and welcome to my YouTube tutorial. In this particular tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you on how to make a boxer pants. This particular boxer pant is very easy. I will be making use of my pillowcase. That's what I'm going to use as my fabric. So you can make use of your leftover fabrics at home. So this is my pillowcase, and I folded it into two. So when you fold it into two, it's going to give me four. So you can make use of your fabric. If you are using fabric, three quarter yard is enough. So the width of it when folded is 16 inches. So this is 16 inches. So what I did was then the length is 22 inches. Then that's the total length of it with the band inclusive. So now what you are going to do is to take measurement from the waist. This first line is the waistline. I'm taking 2 inches from the up. Why the up part cater for cater for the elastic band I'll be using. That's what I'm going to use to fold it in. Then the next thing is to take the crotch line. I'm using crotch line of 13 inches, so I'm marking 13 inches from that place. And then the last line, of which is not being marked, is the hem line. So I'm taking my hip measurement. I'm using the hip of 48 because it's going to be big, so that's 12 inches. So I mark 12 inches at the top, and I mark 12 inches at the crotch line. Then connect it from the crotch line to the waistline, so you bring out the cuff like this. So this is basically how it's been cut. Then if you've cut it, you shape it for the leg opening. The leg opening is going to be about the waist size. So my waist size is about 12, so that's going to be the leg opening. Then you cut it out. So if you've cut it out, you take it to your machine to sew. The kind of sewing that we shall be using here is a kind of reinforced sewing. That's most people, they call it French seam. It's a reinforced sewing. Instead of you sewing the right face together, this time around you are going to sew the wrong face together. So that means you're going to be sewing from top. Then in this type of sewing, you don't need to use a serger or a weaving machine, as we call it here in Nigeria. So when we are done with it, when we are done with the cutting, the net, like I told you, the next thing is to sew. You first of all hem it. So I'm going to be hemming it about I'm going to take in 0.5 inch. That's what I'm going to use to hem it. That means I'll be losing 1 inch under, because you fold in by 0.5 inch and fold again by 0.5 inch, making it 1 inch. Then you top stitch. So that's going to be my hemming. That's the first thing that we're going to do. We're going to be hemming. So when you don't hemming, then the next thing is to join. That's if we then is to join the crotch sides together. That's the front and back. This particular cutting, you don't actually need the front and the back. The front and the back are the same thing. So that's just the easy method. This one is just DIY. So there are other methods whereby you can indicate the front, but this particular method, the front and the back, they are the same thing. So the crotch extension, they are always the same. So when you are sewing boxers like this, you make sure your crotch extension is big enough so that it can accommodate a lot of people. But this type of boxer, we are making use of a very good stitching. That's the reinforced method of stitching. That's what we are going to do. We shall be doing. So keep watching. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, kindly subscribe to my channel. So in this particular side now, we are going to be doing that French seam that I said. We are going to be facing the wrong side together, not the right side. Then you're going to be, it's sort of you cutting your fabric at the end of the day after sewing. So we're going to be shifting one. Then it will be 3/4 inch longer than each other. So the one on the ground will be 3/4 inch longer than that of, not 3/4, 3/8 inch longer than the one at the top. So I'm going to be stitching from the top. Then I'm going to be using my foot, machine foot. It's just going to be exact size of my machine foot to the edge. So that is it. So when you're done, you're going to be folding it in. Just look at the way I'm doing this. So you're going to be folding it in to make sure that to make sure that it's been that's the second stitch. So this is how it's going to be. You're going to fold it in. Look at the way I fold it in. The former one, the larger one, is going to envelope the shorter one, so it will be inside. Just look at how it's been stitched. So this is it. This is basically how it's been done. So you're done with this. So when you're done, next you're going to do the other part of it. It's two parts. Then you're going to be joining it together. Then by joining it together, that's you're joining the wrong side together. Also do the same thing. Match, it should be longer than each other by 3/8 inch. So you're going to match it like this gradually. But before you do this, you can practice this on a on another fabrics to get it right. So this is it. When you this is the first stitch. Then the second stitch is meant for reinforcement. Like I said, this particular type of stitching does not need, it's very clean in and out. It doesn't need any serger. So this has a very good finishing. So subsequent videos, I might be showing you how to front put front spacing to indicate if it's if to indicate the position, whether it's front or back. But this particular one, there's no indication. You can use both sides at front and back. The crotch extension is the same because it's boxers. So this is the first part. Then the second part now, this is the first sewing. Then the second sewing, we are going to be reinforcing it. So like I said, if you're reinforcing it, you're going to carry that longer one and wrap it around the shorter one. So that, look at, you just wrap it around the shorter one, look at it, then you stitch at the edge. So that's how you're going to continue stitching till you finish that particular sewing. So we are done with sewing, joining the left side together. We're going to be attaching your band. While you're attaching band, what you're going to be doing, just use this method so that you can get the exact size you are going to be using. You're going to be measuring, you're going to take it this way, make sure it's on fold, and you make sure that it's not too slack and as well is not too tight. You join your elastic this way. Make sure it's not folded when you are joining it. And after this, you're going to put it inside the boxer. Inside, you're going to put it inside. While you put it inside, you have to test it so that you make sure that the length is not too much. The elastic is just adequate for it. So you're going to put it inside the boxer, then leave it, go down by half an inch. That half an inch, you are going to use it to fold it on the boxers. Look at the way I'm going to fold it. Then you fold it and use your machine. Clamp the machine and uh, and sew for some time. So make sure that while you are sewing this, you always be pushing the band towards the edge of the fabric you're sewing so that there will not be any gap. That's how you continue sewing till you finish sewing it. So this is basically how it's been done. So you have a very clean finishing at the end of the day. So after this, the next thing you're going to be doing is to top stitch around it, and you have a very beautiful boxer pants. These pants can be used by both male and female. So and it's easy. Like I said, it's easy. It's easier to make, and if for those of you that want to do ready to wear, you can also do it. The demand for it is very, very high. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching my video. If you reach up to this extent, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's the only way you can use to, you can make us, that's the only way you can encourage us so that we can get endorsed by YouTube itself. So thank you very much for your time.